Hi, so there's a little confusion on the last post, and I want to kind of clear it up a little bit and go even a little bit further. So on the follow-up post, basically what we're going to do is we're going to all take and get assigned a perspective. One of the things that didn't happen very well with the previous blog posts is as I went through these blog posts and looked at the various CPU reviews, um, I didn't feel a voice from anyone. It just felt like we were cutting and pasting information about from a website to a blog post, and we're like, "Hey, we're done. We said everything there is to say about it." This is supposed to be a writing exercise, and the idea was that you wrote it as someone who installed a PC. I'm going to go a little bit further on this, and I'm going to assign you a little bit more. So here's mine. Um, it says you are 16 years old. Your dad said he would buy you the parts for a new PC if you do a review of each of the parts you want. This is your CP review. Dad knows nothing about PC parts, and he says if he doesn't understand, you get no PC. So, what I want you to do when you pick who you are, and there's a choice at the top. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you probably already see it. You choose who you are, and I want you to spend a few minutes thinking about who you are. So I have to think, okay, I'm 16 years old. I'm writing this for my dad. He doesn't know anything, and my overall objective here is to convince him that this is a good CPU and that um, I should be able to buy this CPU. So I tried to write one with that voice in mind, and that perspective in mind. And I really want you to wait a minute. I want you to think about it. Think about what I want to try to get across. Who am I talking to? Who is reading this? And then I want you to make your post with the same CPU, keeping that in mind. Now, it may change things because if I say, hey, this is for a gamer PC, and you just did a review of your home motherboard, your review, when you do it, should end up saying, this doesn't work, and why doesn't this work? So let's take a look at the one I did. So I wrote this on the Intel Core i5-9600KF. Okay, so I'm writing this blog post on this particular CPU with this in mind, that I'm writing it for my dad who doesn't know anything. So let's go into what I wrote. Okay, the Intel i5-9600K is a relatively inexpensive CPU, central processing unit. The CPU is the brains of the PC, and Intel is the oldest, most reliable maker of PCs. Okay, what did I just do? I told my dad I'm getting something that's relatively inexpensive because I'm trying to buy something, right? So I need to say why I should get to buy it. And why did I choose Intel? I chose Intel because they're the most established, oldest, longest running maker of PCs. I don't need to go into a whole history of Intel on this. Okay, I just want to say that who made it? It's Intel, and why is it good? If this was an AMD one, I couldn't say that, right? But I could say something like that that supports why I picked this particular one. So, okay, so I've got this one. It's relatively inexpensive. I've defined what a CPU is. I've told them it's the brains of the PC, and it's going to be from Intel. This CPU would be great for a new gamer PC. It is a ninth generation process. Oops, that's supposed to say processor. I got to fix that. The newest models from Intel, and runs at a frequency of 3.7. Okay, so I told him it's the newest. I told him it's 3.7 gigahertz. Holy moly, my dad has no idea what I just said. So I go on to explain that. Frequency is the speed at which a CPU handles information. In this case, the CPU works at 3.7 billion cycles per second. This ranks 254 on Passmark rating, but its price and performance make it more than good enough for a gamer PC. So that may not sound great, but maybe I should have, and I've got a link right here. If he clicks on it, he goes and sees the Passmark information. Maybe I should make a point of saying how many CPUs are on that list. Maybe that would support me even better. That might be something that would be better to put on there. Its price and performance make it more than good enough for a gamer PC. I'm trying to justify 254, so maybe I should say out of 10,000 or whatever Passmark is rated. I haven't actually counted up that number. I'm sure we could look through it. Okay, continuing on. Two really important things to consider when buying a PC are computing cores, or computing cores and memory. The i9600KF has 6 cores, meaning it can compute because I have to define it. He didn't know what cores mean. Can compute 6 different processes at the same time. More cores mean more things can be happening in the background without slowing down the overall performance of the system. The memory on this CPU is 9 MB of cache. That is, and I didn't define megabytes, he's not going to know what MB is. This is memory that the cores use while it's handling the processing on the system. 9 MB is about mid-range. Again, I should have defined megabytes, but it will again be sufficient for a gamer PC. The reviews of this CPU are actually great on Newegg. Newegg gives it 5 eggs, the best possible, and you can read all the reviews by clicking the image below. So I've got the screen capture of that, and if I click on it, oh, bad on me, I didn't open up on a new page. I should have, but it goes down here, and I can go and look at the reviews down here and read the reviews on the page. I could also grab some of these reviews and use them as example and then do the link. That would even be better if I was trying to really convince Dad that this was the one they should use. So that link was a bad link. If I wanted to go and edit, let's see, does that open in the editor? Yeah, it does. So where am I at? I don't want to change that. Your custom, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to edit, not with Elementor. What happens when I edit category? I don't even know that. Oh, nope, I didn't want to do that either. So let's just go to posts and let's go to my review, and I'm going to edit that. Nitrogen process, or where was I at? Past market's price for, oh, I didn't get the link right. So I can go and click on this. Let's see if I hit the edit button. Link to custom URL, advanced options, open link in new page, update, and let's go back here and refresh my review here and see if now when I click on it, what? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I updated, but I didn't publish. Okay, update over here. I updated that, but I didn't update the whole thing. So let's go back and refresh and see if now when I click, yeah, there we go. That's what we want, right? We want it to open a new page. Okay, where are we at? I should also note the CPU will automatically increase its speed to 4.7 gigahertz when needed. Did I define gigahertz? I think I did up there, right? This is called the turbo frequency. The CPU needs to be paired with a motherboard. So I'm giving the same information, but it's not just a huge list. I could list stuff, but it's not making sense to somebody, right? If somebody's reading this that doesn't know all about stuff, just giving them the list means nothing. This is a writing assignment, not a copy and paste assignment, okay? So the CPU needs to be paired with a motherboard with an LGA 1151 300 series socket. Any other motherboard type will not work. It will support DDR4 266 memory on the motherboard, which will also be a consideration when making related purchases. Finally, a good CPU cooling solution needs to be purchased for it. This CPU does not come with a stock fan. I might even want to say, and stock fans are good, right? I highly recommend the CPU for purchase. I'm going out there and saying yes or no at the end. I'm summarizing it up. This will make a good CPU for purchase. It will make a very responsive gaming system as well as supporting any other needs like research and homework. Right? I'm a kid trying to convince my dad. I might want to mention that I can do all my homework on it too, right? And that's part of perspective that you need to bring together when you're writing it. Think, what is the person I'm writing for need to know? Okay, it's currently listed for $270, $17.7 Newegg and $206 at Amazon. Why would I give more than one? Because I want Dad to know I shopped around and I found the cheapest. And I should, if these work, click on them and they open up in new pages like I want them to on all of our blog posts. Yay, those were posted right. Since the price is less and shipping is free, I would recommend the purchase at this time from Amazon. And then I've got, hey, my little works cited down here and my note, this review is part of a classroom project. I would consider that a entertaining, and when I say entertaining, I mean you read it and you don't go bleh, right? You don't want to read something just, oh, nice list. Okay, that's not what this is about. It's a writing assignment, not a posting assignment. Hopefully I got that through by saying that enough times by now. So when you're done, read through it just like I did. I just finished it. I already found a couple mistakes that I'd want to change. I'm not going to change it for the sake of this video because it won't make sense when you go to read it if I go and change everything. Okay, so that's it. That's what I'm talking about when I say write with a voice. You're going to go on here right below this post. Let me get to the post. And you're going to choose one of these voices. And once you choose your voice, I want you to think about it for 5 minutes or more. Think about how you want to talk and then write a new post on the same CPU, the exact same one that you reviewed before. You can copy and paste it and then rewrite that information. A lot of you wrote too much detail that wasn't important and not enough communication of an actual review on whether we should buy it, where we can find it, where we can find reviews on it, that kind of stuff. And when we use EasyBib, make sure that you are doing it well, right? One last thing on EasyBib, I'll go ahead and, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go back to EasyBib and create a citation on a website. If I go and put in and search for something, we need to make sure we fill in the blanks, right? So is the article title is fine. Is the website title icon charts? Obviously not. Pass mark. You could even say CPU benchmark, right? That's what the website is, okay? You could write Passmark Intel I blah 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 if you wanted to, but something in there, right? And electronically published. You can put today's date in. You wanted it. I'm going to complete the citation, and then I'm going to use that one. You know, you can just copy and then paste it right in your thing, and you get that exact one. You just hover on it and say copy, and you'll get that citation for your posting. I know I said I just needed links, and that's fine. Again, what's my voice? I'm trying to convince someone that I've done my research, I've got this down, and that this is the thing that I'm doing. And how would you convince your dad best? Would you do it with just a link, or would you do it with a works cited? Looks way more professional if you do it as a works cited. Some of you guys aren't putting the right words there. And the review obviously goes to the bottom just because this is an open page. That's it.